How y'all doing this Christmas? I'm Amos Holland from Feathered Warrior Flies and Jigs, and I'm showing you a new pattern. We're gonna make a new fly. This is called the Christmas Star, and the reason I call it the Christmas Star is because of the tinsel that I have wrapped on the front of the fly that is big, bushy, and bright like the northern Christmas star that God told the wise men they would see in the sky to take them to the birthplace of Jesus Christ. And I thought this may be a good fly pattern. It's new, something I'm working with. I'm using a size 1 9km hook. As you can see, make sure it's in the vise real good. And I'm using all Christmas colors on it. I'm using a 75 denier ultra thread, and I start just about 3 hook eyes down on the shank of the hook. Sorry my phone's so shaky, I'll take it a little bit easier. And I go all the way back to where the hook starts to bend. Clip off the excess. And we're going to use a green hackle feather. And we're going to tie it off to the hook shank at the back. And wrap it forward a little bit to get it out of your way. Find all my equipment here. Take our hackle pliers. I love these hackle pliers. They work real fine when you've got a long reach. But you want it at least as big as the shank on the hook, your hackle. It don't hurt for it to be a little bit bigger because, well, I come loose here. I'll rewrap this. I have a tendency I'll pull too hard on it. And you're gonna attach your flashaboo right in behind this. I could put the flashaboo on before, but it doesn't make any difference. It's got to go on there anyway. And I would rather leave as much of it in the open as what I can. You run your thread back and you're going to tie the hackle feather off. Just 2 or 3 little old loops and run it back to the front a little bit just to get it out of your way. Clip off the excess. I'm using a white flashaboo. Now you can use white about any kind of white, anything you want on here. White yarn would be good. Get my flashaboo attached. Too much thread run out. Okay, there we go. You can run it up the hook base a little bit, it don't matter. Run it all the way to the front because you're going to use a red or you're going to use a red oh, I didn't run it back far enough. That's what's wrong. I run it but not run it back far enough. Okay, that's not hard to fix. Just take your thread and run it all the way back to the edge of the hackle and then run it forward a little bit. Now we can turn it off there and try to keep all your hackle out of it if you can. Kind of wrap it over itself. That one little piece of hackle giving me fits. I'll just wrap over it. Won't hurt anything. I won't be able to see it anyway once it's done. But you wrap it all the way to the end of the thread on your hook. Try to wrap it over the edge of itself if you can. Don't let it slip on you. Keep it pretty tight. You want to keep it pretty tight. Make sure it goes all the way out to the end of your thread. You tie it off. Okay, you can run your thread back again, and it won't matter. Won't be able to see it anyway by the time you put UV resin on it. It'll be hid. Run it all the way back to the edge of your hackle. Now I've got to find my, I lose everything. Okay, I'll just get another piece of it. If I can find what I've done with it. Okay, we're going to tie this red tinsel in at the very back. Try to tie it in pretty short at the back of your fly. Then run your thread back to the front. Now we're going to wrap this in the opposite way, and want to wrap it in pretty uniform spirals around the fly. Want it to look like a candy cane much as possible. That iridescence and the tinsel and the flashaboo will give this fly a little bit of a strike zone. It will definitely get the fish's attention. Run your tinsel all the way up to the end of the thread, and we're going to tie it off. Give it a little snip there. Now we're going to put the UV resin on it. And don't put it on here. Don't just soak your fly in it. Had a piece of deer hair on there. Don't want to soak your fly in it. All you want to do is just kind of layer it across the top. You can take a bodkin and smear it all around there. Don't let it drip if you can keep from it. That's one thing you don't want to do, is let it drip. Take your bodkin and smear it all the way to the back on both sides. In the front, top side. This will give the fly a little bit of stability with the fish. Kind of keep turning it a little bit to keep your UV resin where it needs to be. Rotate it as you're torching it there a little bit. Okay, that should be enough. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Okay, we're using Christmas tree tinsel. It's got wire on the inside of it, so it helps it wrap a little bit better, but it also makes it stand out a little bit too. Make sure that you're wrapping to that wire, because it will help it hold on the fly. And all you're going to do is use about a wrap and a half maybe. You don't want too much wire. You don't have to cut it, just fold it back some. and you get you a good wrap on it because you don't want it to come loose. Wrap your thread forward, and you're going to go backward with it away from you. Wrap it over once and come up. You want your wraps to the outside toward the hook eye of each other. So when you come up that other half turn, that's as far as you want to go. Make sure all the tinsel pulls back from the eye of the hook, and you want to take and set that off right there. Now keep a pair of wire snips, and you just snip it off down there pretty close. And you want to make sure that your wire is all the way over. You don't want it sticking up where it'll get somebody's finger or your finger or whose ever finger. You don't want it getting a finger. Make a couple of wraps in the front. Come back over the edge of that wire. Come back to the middle of your tinsel when you come back over the wire, because you want some in the front and some in the back. And then you come back to the front of your tinsel. Make sure you pull it back so you don't have it caught and sticking out the front of your fly. You don't want it sticking out the front of your fly. If you have one that wants to give you too much trouble, cut it off. It's the best way to do it. And this fly is going to have a pretty good sized head on it. And when you, this next part, you're going to flip this up, make sure it's going to look right. Okay. I've got 2 red hackle feathers I've already cut, and they're going to attach right up here to the head and behind, in front of the tinsel. Is where they attach, and you probably have to put these in just one at a time. Make sure you take it all, your thread all the way back to the tinsel when you attach that hackle feather in there. And take your feather, kind of pull it. Well, I'll get that here in a minute. I don't want to pull it loose right now. Make sure these are the same size, the same length. That keeps everything looking uniform. Make sure the end of your feather, when your hackle, when you're tying it in, runs down the side of the head of the fly and not across the top of it. That quill will stick out like a sore thumb. You can melt them off with your bodkin or trim them with your scissors. But either way, we don't want them sticking up. Okay, we're going to tie it off right there. A little wet finish. Clip this. Attach your thread. Now we're going to see if we can clip the end of these feathers, quills off. All right, we got them off of there. Now, you want to take the UV resin, and we're going to coat the head of this fly. You can be a little more generous with this than what you were on the other. It's got to be coated pretty good, because this fly is going to be for bigger fish, crappie, bass, just whatever you want to fish it for. And then we're going to cook it. Let's see how she's going to handle the heat. Once it's cooked off, we'll give our feathers a little bit of a curl to them. Find my tweezers. Now I'm just going to take my tweezers and take the flat edge, put them against those quill, and curve them back. Is what I'm going to do. You can either use the side of the tweezers or you can use the back of them. You just want a flat edge to drag that quill against. And you don't have to pull it hard. You're just kind of shaping it is all you're doing. You want it to lay back a little bit. You don't want it to stand straight up like these are doing. Make sure your tinsel is out from under it too. The tinsel will help it stand up. This one is a little longer. It don't really need to come back, but just to the green hackle on the fly, but this one will be fine. And this, my friends, is the Christmas star. And if you want, just for the heck of it, you can come back and pull your tinsel forward, and it will let the body of the fly shine a little bit more. Or you can go in, if it's a little too thick, you can go in and trim some of those out. I mean, it don't have to have a bunch of them. It don't have to have all of them. Just as long as it's bushy and bright. You want it to shine. And that's what your tinsel does. It shines. Get my vise to rotate here. But just take a few of them off underneath. I wouldn't suggest taking none off the very top, just some from the underneath. That's what is going to make your star shine, is the ones on the top. And these are going all the way back to the hook shank. You can cut them about halfway, and that will let a little bit more of it in to where you can see it. And it's good to see the body of that fly. Like I said, this is the Christmas star. And remember, everybody, this Christmas, it's not about getting and giving. It's about the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. He was brought to this earth to save our sins. And bring us love and happiness. So everybody give thanks to the Lord this Christmas, and thank Him for everything that He's given us. And be thankful for everything, even if we don't have. It's like somebody said one time in the song, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Thank you. This is Amos Holland for Feathered Flies and Jigs, or Feathered Warrior Flies and Jigs. Have a good Christmas. Thank you. Bye.